What's going on, guys? We are here with another. This was the most requested one of the 4 topics I put on my Instagram story. We're going to talk about gym operations. Now, this video is probably not going to make any sense if you didn't watch the first video, which is my approach to gym ownership. The approach to gym ownership is big picture. That's like my general thesis. And you have to understand that in order to understand the day-to-day operations. I forgot a bullet point, didn't I? Ops. Okay, cool. All right. Anyway, we're gonna start with my approach to gym operations. This is the operations. This is the way the business runs. So the first thing and the first most important thing is your product. Okay. I was at Bench Press World in Austin, Texas, and there was a hotel, and they have an Italian restaurant. And we go there one night. We have dinner, and then we get dessert. And it was a long night, and we had been talking throughout the entire dinner. The tiramisu comes. We're eating this, and there's no one's speaking a word. Okay, and I break the silence with, "This is the best thing I've ever eaten." Right? And we all in unison agree. It was one of the best things we've ever eaten. And so for the next week at the event, we proceeded to tell pretty much everyone with a pulse how good the tiramisu was at this restaurant. And they weren't paying us. We weren't influencers or anything. We proceeded to just tell everyone how good it was. And so the kind of the moral of the story, and I always look at this, is like, the best products just sell themselves. If you have something that's really, really awesome and really, really amazing and really high quality, it's gonna sell itself. And you do need these other bullet points, but it's an uphill battle to begin with if your product isn't good, right? I can't tell you the number of, there's very few like good businesses that, like, good restaurants that struggle. You ever been to the restaurant where, it's a hole in the wall and the ceiling's falling down, but there's a line out the door because the food's really good? That kind of goes back to my first video. You got to watch the first video. I talk about all the things that are important and all the things about developing a quality product. And I'll kind of touch on a couple of things here about how I operate developing a good product, right? I have my thesis, my like 10, not 10 commandments, but my guiding lights. And then, there's ways you can improve your product. So first, you'll go back to the never changing. The never changing was the last video. Things that never change about your customers. Focus on those things. My next thing is surveys. I am a big surveyor. Okay, I survey every single month my existing clientele, my previous clientele. We call previous members. We ask them why they didn't like it. We do everything. Members who came in for tours and didn't sign up, we talk to them. We talk to everyone, and we are constantly trying to find out what we can improve on, okay? Because here's basically what happens. So you have your product, right? Let's make it a flower, okay? And then what you do is you go and you ask your customers yes or no. You ask them a bunch of questions about your product. How do you like it? How do you like it? And they're going to give you feedback, okay? You then take that feedback, you distill it, right? So with your staff, you break it down, right? People ask for insane stuff. Like, sometimes the stuff they ask for, crazy. You gotta just throw that stuff out. Like the single one-off stuff. I mean, take it in and like think about it, but like don't take anything too seriously unless you've got 5 or 6 different people asking for the same thing. So you do the survey, you get the feedback, and then you implement. The most important part is to actually do it, so you'll implement. And then you do it again, right? And your product improves, right? And so what you can do is the faster the interval between your feedback and your improvement, the better your product gets, right? If I only do 1 survey a year and I improve only once a year, it's not getting much better. But if I survey monthly and if I had a bigger company, like even bigger, more locations, I'd probably survey weekly, if not daily. And so the more feedback you can get, the faster you can improve your product. So that's really important to us. I put out a survey, I see what people are saying, and I act, and then I do it all over again, right? And obviously there are budgetary constraints, there are logistical constraints. Like for example, people wanted new cables. I had to bring in a new 8-stack. That's a giant piece of equipment. We had to literally make room elsewhere to be able to accommodate something like that. So there's that. Next up, we have advertising. Again, the most important thing about advertising is just having a good product. Word of mouth is king. It always will be, always has been. A referral from someone is going to be great. However, you do, like, again, you could have, like, you do have to tell people about your product. You do have to add in these layers. You can invest in advertising to make a return. The most important thing is SEO, that's your search engine optimization. When people search gyms near me, you gotta make sure you're ranking. The best way to rank is to get reviews. So we are extremely aggressive in asking for reviews. I believe we have over, I wanna say like 480 reviews. It's not enough. I wanna get to 1,000. I treat reviews like a form of sales. Like I'm asking people for reviews. I'm trying to get reviews. That helps us rank up. But yeah, and I do get a lot of unsolicited reviews as well, which tells me I'm doing a good job, which I'm really happy for. Next, we have organic content. I'm obviously a zealot on social media. I'm always on social media. I am constantly making content, constantly trying to promote what I have going on. If you guys have a business, or you have any sort of product, or you want to start a gym, and you don't believe in your thing enough to tell everyone about it, you're either don't do it, don't get involved, or fix your product. You know, if you don't feel like it's the most amazing thing ever, don't get involved. There's a funny story. A friend sent me a video. This was me promoting my powerlifting stuff, and he sent me a video, and he's like, "Is that you talking in the background about your powerlifting stuff?" And it was me. And he's like, I'm always talking to everyone about what is going on. So that's really important. I've experimented with lots of different channels. That's just what I find best. It's also simple. SEO, organic content. I do some paid ads. Occasionally, I do some Google keyword ads. It's a very small portion. It's like almost like most people who are going to be watching this are like starting a new gym. So we don't really need to like get into that too much. Next is sales. Okay, again, sales is really, really easy if you have a good product, right? The best salespeople in the world want to sell the best products because they're just easy to sell. Sales is pretty simple. I guess I'm missing a step here. We're advertising. We have a landing page on our website that offers a free day. You can come try it out if you're local. There are some restrictions on that because we do want to sell day passes to people who who are traveling to come check out the gym. Sales, we're just giving them a tour. We're showing them everything we have to offer. We're preemptively answering any objections they may have. And then at the end, it's a simple, do you have any more questions? No? All right, awesome. I'd love to get you signed up today. And that's pretty much it. And then they're going to, potentially give a reason why they don't want to sign up. And we kind of just talk them through it. Like, oh, I totally understand. Is there anything I can do to get you to sign up today? And then they will, start to have that conversation, talk about any objections they may have. Maybe we missed some equipment they might have seen. There's any number of things we can do. Most people have already pre-vetted us through our website before they even walk in. They know what the price is. They know the deal is. They're just looking to confirm that information they saw on the website. So we make sure we do a good job with that, make sure we're bubbly and nice and fun, and do that. Then we have ops. Ops is really boring. I know this is about total operations, but I just call it ops, is like cleaning, maintenance, stuff like that. That stuff, cleaning, you got a checklist, right? You got a daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. You got your checklists. You find people who like to do the work, find people who like to clean, who like to do that stuff, people who do maintenance. Obviously, the cardio equipment can't be serviced by like a handyman. It has to be serviced by a professional. Everything else in the gym can pretty much be serviced internally. Cables are really easy to change out. We have a bunch of new equipment now, so the breakdown rate isn't as crazy. Maintenance and then cleaning is all just make a big checklist, make sure they check it off, and then if someone's not doing their job, fire them, hire someone new. Like you gotta find good people, pay them really well, pay them above market. If minimum wage is $15 an hour, pay them 18, 19, and then make sure they're really, really good, right? And fire them quickly if they're not doing their job, and just it's a revolving door, and frankly, that if they're not doing their job, they don't deserve to be there. So like, don't feel bad. Like they're like it's usually a pretty simple task list, for the most part. But yeah, that's kind of my approach to operations. I'll kind of talk. Maybe I think the one that I would break down a little bit more, obviously, is I'm like we're really obsessed with product, and then advertising is all like just like, can we make fun TikToks? Can we make fun reels? How much exposure and attention can we get? Can we make sure we're hitting like our like, we're about low crowd, we're about 24/7 access, we're about abundant level of equipment. So like, can we feature all that stuff in a ad to get people to book a tour, come check out the gym, etc. But yeah, that's generally my approach to operations. Obviously, I can go into depth, and I think I'll probably do more like use cases. So like case studies, like this is what happened. This is the specific thing that happened. This is the specific marketing campaign that worked really well. And I think that might be a little more useful talking about actual situations. But yeah, that's my approach. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram.